How's it going, everybody? DSCuber here, and today I have an unboxing for you guys from thecubicle. So these are the 3 puzzles that I have ordered from thecubicle. The puzzles that I ordered include the Guoguan Yuexiao Pro, which is in this. I also ordered a Moyu BoChuang 5x5 and a Moyu Magnetic Skewb. So I ordered this 5x5 because I've been getting way more into 5x5 recently. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you'd know that I've been posting some pictures of my reduction in 5x5 times, mainly because I've been practicing a lot more. My times dropped from about 15 minutes to 10 minutes, then 9, 8, 7, and I'm continually working them down, and I'm trying to get better at it, because I think the 5x5 is a pretty fun higher order puzzle to solve. But I wanted one that was better than the old shengshou cube that I've been using. That cube is about 6, 7, maybe even 8 years old. I got it, I forget when, late middle school, early high school, and it was time for an upgrade. So I got this BoChuang 5x5. I heard it was decent. I know there's some newer ones, but I heard this cube was reputable, so I picked this one up. I also picked up this Magnetic Skewb because I wanted a Skewb to replace my ball bearing Moyu Skewb, and then this was just on clearance, so I figured I'd pick one up. So the first cube I'm getting into is the Moyu Skewb, mainly just because it's like the probably least exciting one out of this whole batch, and I'm going to save the 5x5 for last, just because I want to build up the anticipation for it. So this is the Skewb. Let's just take it out of its wrapping. Alright, so this is the Moyu Magnetic Skewb, and I have my original Moyu ball bearing Skewb right here, and the original ball bearing Skewb is actually about this, maybe it's slightly larger, by like a millimeter or 2 on each side, but this one, being made with ball bearings, is definitely a lot heavier than this one, and we're going to give this some first turns and see how it spins. Alright, so initial turns, they're fairly dry, but honestly though, if I put some lubricant in it, it'll turn much faster, but I can feel the magnets, and when I realign it like this, there's a very subtle snap back, like this. Snaps back very, very slightly, and there is still ball bearings in this Skewb, and wow, look at that massive just corner turning right there. But yeah, there are some ball bearings in here, and you can hear them, but they're very subtle. Unlike the really loud clackiness of the original ball bearing Skewb, this one is much quieter, and I prefer this to the other one. So let's just get a solve in here real quick. And obviously I know I'm not the best at handling Skewb, and I'm trying to get better at that as well, which is the main reason why I picked this one up. But this is definitely going to be my main for now, especially after I add some lubricant and remove that dry feeling. But this turns and feels so much smoother than the Skewb that I currently use. So next up is the Guoguan Yuexiao, I don't know how you pronounce this thing, something Guoguan Yuexiao Pro. And this was a $10 speed cube. They call it the Pro version, and I don't really know why. There's a very good chance that it was like that thecubicle modified this in-house, maybe did some in-house lubrication. I really don't know what makes this Pro versus like the standard one. But the Pro version was $10 on thecubicle, and the non-standard, the non-Pro one, like the original, was like 15 or something. So it obviously made sense to go for the Pro version, considering it was on sale and cheaper than the original. So it comes with this acrylic stand, and I would probably plan on using it, and it's got this really neat cursive Guoguan logo. So That's pretty cool. And taking a look at the rest of the box interior, we have a little playing card with someone. There's also a miniature Moyu branded tool screwdriver in here. And at the bottom, it feels like, or sounds like, there's more stuff in here. And what do you know? You have some piece removers, I would assume, or I don't even know what these would be used for. Yeah, if any of you guys know what these are supposed to be used for, let me know, because I'm very confused and I don't really know what they are. Not really into, like, I guess, quote, pro speed cubes, and I'm trying to get more involved with that kind of stuff. But for now, we're just gonna put all this stuff back in its box, and we're gonna take a look at the actual cube. I have to hand it to Moyu. I really like how they do all of their packaging, especially with their more, like, top-of-the-line products. Like, for example, when I got my GTS 2M, it came in this really nice magnetic case. This Guoguan Pro cube comes in this nice little box with a neat little packaging, and I just like how Moyu does all of their branding and packaging, so props to them for that. But let's do some first turns on the Guoguan Yuexiao Pro. Alright, so immediately, for some reason, I expected this to be magnetized. It is not, but you know what? For a $10 speed cube, this fares much better than my MF3RS. That's it. This fares much better than the MF3RS. I greatly prefer this as an alternative / backup speed cube, and T-perm is probably my favorite algorithm, so just to demonstrate its flexibility, I just do a whole series of T-perms. But yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of this cube. It's a little tight for my liking. I guess that's what the screwdriver is for, and after a little bit of lubrication, I will get it to the speed that I'm comfortable with. But yeah, this is the Guoguan Yuexiao Pro. And now for the cube that I have been waiting for a while to open up. This is the Moyu 5x5 BoChuang, or BoChuang. I don't know how you pronounce half of these Moyu names, and I can't read Chinese, so, oh yeah, there it is. The BoChuang GT. This is the 5x5 flagship speed cube from Moyu. I believe this was released last year. If it wasn't released last year, it was released a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. So it's not the most recent one, but on the Cubicle it was like $14 or $15, whereas the most recent ones were a little bit more expensive, and I wasn't really trying to invest in those, at least just yet. I want to wait till their prices come down. Alright, so this is the BoChuang GT, and immediately right out of the packaging I could feel all of the factory lubricant on these stickers. This cube does need to be cleaned off. But regardless, I'm really hoping to see if this is better than my shengshou 5x5 that I've had for probably 6 or 7 years. So let's give this thing some first turns. And immediately, I could tell that this is way better than the shengshou, mainly because this is way more structurally stable. The shengshou that I have, it catches a lot, it locks up a lot, especially when I'm trying to do these outer layer turns, and on here, despite this being like fairly tightly tensioned, it is remarkably smooth. There's no catching in at all. Corner cutting is pretty nice, and let's just do a quick T-perm real quick. And yeah, so overall handling is way better on this than it is with my shengshou. That's expected, obviously, because this cube came out like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago versus my shengshou, which again is about 7 or 8 years old. So yeah, I prefer this to my shengshou, and I'm going to give this a quick scramble, and I'm going to go and play with this off camera. But other than that, that pretty much wraps it up for this unboxing video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more cubing content. Keep on cubing, guys, and I will see you in the next video.